Hey guys, RC here, back with episode 2 of Surviving Mars. So, in episode 1, Europe landed on Mars, and we are getting ready to set forth on our adventure. So, the first thing I had done was I had set up these little stockpiles. So, the Universal Depot stores 30 units of every type of thing, these 8 things that are in the game. That will give them somewhere to bring all of these advanced resources to store them. And then, because I also want them gathering all this metal, and there's more than 30, I want just a specific depot for that, because then you can store up to 180 instead of just 30. So that's what that's for. All right, so I'm going to unpause it. Our little drones will get busy here. We're scanning this anomaly. Oh, and we were going to start building. All right, so first thing we need to do is we need to refuel the rocket so we can go back to Earth. Well, to do that, we're going to need a couple of things. So the first thing we're going to need is a power cable. And I am going to just drop a line of power right there. I am going to build one solar panel, and I'm going to build that away from the rocket down here. Now, you want to be very careful right now because you want everything that you're doing to be within range of the rocket, because that is the work perimeter for the drones. If you're trying to do something outside of that, it won't work. All right, so we're going to do that there. And I want to build a concrete extractor. Well, all right, so the game automatically paused because we scanned that anomaly. So we've done that. And we got a 10% reduction to all physics technology. So I'm going to pause the game. Let's go look at this. All right, so physics is this category here. And remember, these were 1,000 points of research. Now they're only 900. So the more expensive they get, the more we will save. And you can get reductions for every category. There's one that will reduce every category. So we'll pay attention to that, but that makes it easier for us there. All right, now he finished that one. He can still scan this one out here, so I'm going to send him off, and there he goes. But I still need to go back and build that concrete extractor here. So we're going to put that there. And I need to run power to that machine. And we'll zig it through these rocks. It'll clear up some of the smaller ones, and we'll have power there. And I'm not going to build anything else just yet, because that will give us 5 power during the day. That takes 5 power. So it needs 100% of this power. And then once we have some concrete, then what we can build is our wind turbines, because it takes 4 concrete and 1 machine part to do that. So, all right, now we'll unpause and let them get to work. Power cables will happen first. And again, everything is within the boundaries of our rocket. All right, so we've gotten a breakthrough, good vibrations. All right, so let's take a look at what that does. So there is our breakthrough. So if something bad happens, if a meteor storm hits, your colonists will have their sanity affected to the point that they could commit suicide. And that's, I mentioned in episode 1, that's what happened with my last solo playthrough. So if we research this, Just by having them in a dome, they get sanity restored every sol or every day. So that's pretty cool. So, and it's only 2,000, but just like anything else, as we get breakthroughs to pile up, and these are all random, they will get more expensive. And you can see they already start at double the cost. So, all right, unpause it again. I'm going to close this. I am used to watching that, but now we can see it up here. So right now we have 15 polymers, 10 electronics, 15 machine parts, no fuel. All right, and we have a meteor coming down and it's going to impact our rocket. Well, maybe it didn't. All right, now this guy, he's done looking at anomalies for right now. I'm going to come park him on the power cable. And then once we have power going through that line, he can recharge his battery. Right now, he can't do that. I hope that didn't damage. No? Okay. Come on, guys, get to work. We still have 6 drones. Okay, so none of them got destroyed. All right, so they've got to clean out the little rocks in this area. So all the green ones there, they'll clear those out. I'm going to go ahead and now anything that you click on, right? So we have that, we have this. You'll notice it has this little box with 3 arrows in it. So this is your priority. So if you put it on 3, that'll increase the priority. If you put it on 1, that's a low priority. 2 is average. And they're going all the way around there. That is crazy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dumping site like right there. Kind of let them dump it here without going all the way around. That's a big chunk of metal. So that's going to get the power line done. But I do want this to go up first. So let's prioritize that. The next thing I'm going to want to do, now remember we brought the this moisture evaporator. It won't hurt us to set it up, but I don't need it because I have the water. But let's go ahead and set it up right now. I'm going to put it right there. Now, to make any of that work, we are going to have water pipes. And I just kind of make it a habit to run my water pipes and my power cables all in the same area. I don't need water pipes out to there, so we'll just limit it to that. Now the moisture evaporator creates one unit of water. Okay, so I'm going to put a water tower here. All right, there goes our solar panel, and you see our little guy here glowing purple. So he's recharging. When he gets to 100%, he'll click off, and now he's got a full battery, and he can wander around. All right, we got a notification that we have found some rare metals. So let's scan up here. So we have a mine with 356 rare metals. These are used to make things in factories, but you can also, this is the only sellable item that you can get on Mars, send back to Earth, and then make money, right? So that's where it comes in handy. All right, now this is saying we don't have, must be connected to a power consumer. Well, let's get this going. There's our moisture evaporator. And it is connected to, well, I thought it was. Oh, they haven't built the water tower yet. Fair enough. Now you can see the little tray in here. That means they're starting to bring the pieces. So they have 4 of 6 metals and 2 machine parts. Now this is where you have to be careful with this game. You know, if you run out of everything, then you know you can't fix anything, and everything we build here will eventually break down, probably more than once, many times more than once. And so that's something we'll have to ship more from Earth, or we will have to build factories here at some point. All right, so let's see. It's not working. Why not? All right, not enough power. So let's go check our power. Well, we're generating 5 power, but we need 10. Why? Well, that takes 5, and this is up and running. So I'm going to turn this off right there. All right, and that means now the concrete can start working, maybe. Oh, the bar here at the bottom, when it's blue, that's the early dawn hours and the late night hours. Your solar panels don't work. They only work during the daytime in the yellow. So what do you do for that? Well, now that we're starting to make concrete, we have 1 unit. I'm going to build a wind turbine. And I'm going to build that right there. And I also need to build a power cable right there. All right, now let's go back in. So we have finished one of our things. Now pause it again. You see on the robotics right here, the first one is grayed out, but it's kind of blinking with a blue box all the way around it. That's the one that just finished. That's your indicator of one that's done that you haven't acknowledged yet. Once I mouse over it, now it's locked in and it's done. Because that one's done, remember I said it would open up a new one. So you see this new one added has a blue blinking box around it. That's to let you know that's new, and we can check it out. So we have drone hubs that will now have 2 additional drones, and you can have a maximum of 80 drones per hub. So don't really need that right now. And we're still researching the low G drive. So what do we want to add in here? Well, I've got at least 2 or 3. That's if I get an anomaly that I need to scan. I may want to do the breakthrough, but nothing else is really jumping out as must-have right now. So I'm going to wait until we have done some of these other ones. Now, you know, I have not done a biotech. So let's add that one in, because I do want to get some of this, because biotech is your living stuff, you know, so like farms, very important. All right. We are on max speed, right? I believe so. We have 1 building not working because of power. We need to get this built, but we can't build that until we have 4 concrete. So we only have 1 in inventory right now. So they're going to pull that, bring it to the universal stockpile, and or bring it down to here. In fact, nope, they have not brought it down there yet, which is fair. All right, so the sun has come up again. Our solar panel's open. It's generating power. We've started making concrete again. We're making 20 a day. Now you can see it only can store up to 20 and 10 waste rock. Well, waste rock will they'll dump it in little piles like this if you want. And, you know, if that doesn't bother you, it'll just surround this thing. or you can create these piles and they'll move them all to here. And you can see the little trays. So this is your waste rock. That is your concrete blocks. And so he's moving those and they're adding over here. And this can hold 70 waste rocks. All right, so let's come down here. We are in the range, so they should start bringing that. There we go. So one more concrete and they will come and build that. Now, you saw this little drone. He started flashing yellow. If I click on him, it shows he has a low battery. That's your low battery warning. Now, he is assigned to the rocket, so he's going to go up into the rocket, hook up to the rocket battery, and he's going to recharge himself. As soon as he's done, he'll come rolling back out, get back to work. And there he goes. All right, so how are we doing here? There goes our wind turbine, and that is generating 6.4, and we have an elevation boost of 27%. So remember, we're up on this elevated ridge. The higher you get, the more bonus you get in your wind turbines. So there are some where you can have up over 100%, which basically doubles the power for each one. So that's huge. All right, so I'm going to turn this water back on. I am going to build another wind turbine. To give us enough power at night to run everything. And then I'm also going to build a water extractor. Now, the water extractor, basically this is a water mine. So you see the little blue outline around it, the hexagon shape, the pentagon shape. It has to touch the reservoir or the mine itself. If it does, then it will touch, you can eventually access the whole thing. And the farther out you space them like that, then you can put multiple mines around the same one. And let me pause it because we found an anomaly. But the big thing to keep in mind with any of these mines, they generate a lot of dust. So I am going to start with this way over here. Then I am going to run a pipe to there. All right, give me a second, guys. All right, I don't know if you could tell, I had to put a little edit there. My wife got off of work and we needed to discuss some adult grown-up things. All right, anyway, so we were going to put some power down here. And again, I run that underneath the pipes. So it all just, yeah, that way it just takes up less space. Again, those are well inside the confines of the drone range, at least from the rocket. The rocket has a huge radius. Drone hubs have a slightly lower radius. Speaking of, okay, he's got a full battery. Let's send him up there to check that out. And there he goes. And that'll unlock some additional researches for us. We're doing all right there. One of the things they do suggest is trying to keep your power conduits and your pipes very small. And basically what that means, if you run them between two buildings, let's say, then, you see how I get these little connectors right there? All right. So if you're just like one length, that's going to be less likely to break than, when you have a long length like this. So, just something to keep in mind. You can see we're getting a little dusty on here. That'll have to be repaired at some point. And you can see it's about 30% of the way towards breaking, and it'll take one metal to repair that. Different things take different type of components to fix. So like these take machine parts. So that's where you have to be very careful about what you're spending. All right, so let's see. All right, he has finished that. So let's see. So low G high rises and advanced Martian engines. And we have finished one as well. So let's see. There is the low G high rises and the advanced Martian engines. I'm going to pull these and I'm going to do the advanced engines. That way it's less fuel. Then I'm going to come back and do oh, there we go. And then Mars crowdfunding. And we'll leave it at that for right now. I want those advanced Martian engines to where it takes less fuel to fill up the rocket. We do not have any anomalies to scan right now, so we will have him come back to the power cable to recharge. And then also you notice we're down to 7, so I'm going to go ahead and add in a new area there. Actually, you know what? Let's do right there, and then we'll do these two, and that'll finish this core area. All right. Trying to get this, you know, again, it's slow and steady wins the race, right? All right, so I am building this. Let's pause it real quick. So we are out of power. Not enough power, so let's check our power. We're producing 12.7, but we need 15. Interesting. All right, so we are going to build another wind turbine. And I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to run that cable to there. And when these are built, you'll see the little connectors. We'll have one going here and one going there. Unfortunately, they don't connect automatically if they're side by side. So let's see. We are storing water. So I'm good there. In fact, I'm going to turn off this evaporator because we can still get maximum production from the well now that we have it up. And if we look, we're producing 4, but we don't need any except for what we're storing. So it's just going to fill up my water tower, and then that's going to shut down for a little while, which is fine. All right, what else? All right, they're bringing the stuff over here. All right, that's 2 machine parts. All right, let's send another rocket. So we have 15 polymers, 10 electronics, and 7 machine parts. So we're going to click on the rocket. We're going to want a cargo rocket. This will be our second one. Let's bring a prefab. I do like another, I don't need the drone hub yet. You know what? I don't actually need these yet. So no, I don't need that. I do want to bring a rover and a transport. And then we'll bring a couple of polymers, a good number of electronics, and then more machine parts. That fills us up, leaves us with 2,490 Mars bucks. We'll launch that, and we can see this. It's 2% of the way to Mars and counting. So this will be good. Now, the next thing I need to do, oh shoot, did I forget to do that? No, there it is. All right, so you see the number 1 there, that's a prefab. So you can learn to make these things by researching. Oh, let's pause. Meteor strike. The mines you can build anytime. The more advanced buildings, you have to either research on how to build them, which comes in this screen, right? Or you can get a prefab sent from Earth. So I need this. All right, so I'm going to build that there. And then I want to build a fuel depot that we're going to put right there. And that's going to use water from the pipe. And it also uses, what else does it use? It uses water, and I think that's it. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so they'll build that. We need to get this up and running so we can start to refuel the rocket. Now, I don't have to do that right away, but, you know, it's better to get it started. All right, so it takes power and water. So 1 water, 5 power, and when it breaks down, it takes machine parts, which we only have 7. Now, we do have some more coming. At some point, we need to get a dome set up, get some colonists here, start building our own advanced resources, but it takes time. It does take time. So don't be in too much of a hurry. All right, again, if we, check this every once in a while, so we're doing fine on power. Actually, we don't have any stored power. So what do these take to make? 3 concrete and 2 polymers. So I can build, I want to build 2 batteries, and that can start storing some power. All right, we just found sector F9, which is right here. 26 surface metals, that's these right out here, I thought. There we go, 16 there. And there's a few more, so there we go, 45. All right, so we'll be gathering those up. When we get our transport here, that gathering will go faster. The drones are busy building. They'll gather these metals as they have time, because you can see we've still got plenty of room here. All right, so there's 1 battery set up, and they take polymers to fix, and it's charging up, and it can hold up to 200, but then it'll only output 20 per day. So if you need 40, it won't have enough. All right, let's pause it. You see the rocket down here blinking? That is our new cargo rocket ready to land. So I am going to have it land right here. That's close enough to these to unload their gear, and also close enough to the fuel for the drones. Oh, that's something else I can do. I think I have 1 drone hub. So let's see. I want this to cover everything here in this first section. And I think that's a good spot right there. All right, so we'll put that down. Prefabs build really quickly. They just basically go over there and it builds. All right, so there's our RC drone, and you see it has a little bit smaller workspace than a rocket, but it's portable. We can drive it around. It has 4 drones. I can assign 4 more, but right now I don't really need it doing anything, so I'm just going to come park it on the power to stay charged up. The drones will go, because these drones are assigned to it. When they need to recharge, they recharge off of his battery. So that's going to be happening. And then here is our transport. So we're going to turn auto gather on. That's the new mod. And we're just going to turn him loose. All right. So he started gathering resources. So he basically will wander around. come back up and dump them off at the stockpile. If you don't have that mod, you can use this route and tell him to pick up resources in an area and then dump them in an area, and that works great. I don't know how this mod works, so I'm interested to see. But you can see he can hold 45 items, and that's because of the research. And okay, so he's dumping them right over here. And he builds a little temporary platform, and then the drones will come move that. So, so he's moved on. So that's good. I like that it's automated. You do have to keep an eye on it to make sure he charges. I don't know if he will do that or not. Let's see. All right, I've got episode 1 rendering right now. All right, let's go ahead and put a cut in right here. We're at about the 30-minute mark. So we've got the basics up. We're starting to gather now that we've got our 2 other drones here. And the next goal will be to get the rockets refueled, sent back to Earth, start building a dome. We might need to bring another cargo ship, but I'd really like to get one of these rockets launched with fuel. But the fuel's up and running. It's making 12 a day, and you can see he's got 14 out of 60 fuel. And what we want to do is I want to make him the priority. That way he'll get fuel first. And I also want to turn off these exports. Now, if I only want to do one rocket, I could just click it, but I want to turn it off to both, so I will shift click. And now, well, that didn't work. What is it? Oh, control click. All right, so if I control click, then it turns it off in all of them. So that way, if we were digging up rare metals, which we're not, they would not load up. If they're not turned off, they'll load up the rare metals to send it back to Earth to sell them. So you have to control that. Also, we want to make sure we can get all these items off. Let's see, 25 electronics. Should have plenty of room. We'll see. But they've got room to store at least some. All right, well, that's it for this episode. One more thing, I guess. We did research decommission protocol. What that allows me to do is, let's say after we've depleted this water source, it's going to take a while, but eventually it'll be gone and we will no longer need this water mine or extractor. Well, right now I can salvage it, but it'll still leave the husk here and it'll take up space. With the decommission protocol, I can then destroy that completely and remove it to where it's completely gone. So that's a nice one to have. So we'll come back in the next one. We'll take a look and add to our next research. So that's where we'll start off. In fact, let me go ahead and open the research screen and we can plan for that. There's the decommission protocol. And so I'll see you guys next episode. Don't forget, leave a like. Let me know what you think of the series. Talk about your forays to Mars if you've played the game. And also, let me know what you think of the sound in this one. I turned the sound down a little bit to see if that gave us a little bit better sound quality. I'm hoping it does, but I'm always trying to tweak stuff. So anyway, guys, as always, thanks a lot, and we will talk to you later. Bye.